Shalom and good morning. Today we're going to be reading Exodus 9. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Go into Pharaoh and speak to him. Thus said Yahu'ah, Eluah of the Hebrews, let my people go so that they serve me. For if you refuse to let them go and are still holding them, see, the hand of Yahuwah is on your livestock in the field, and on the horses, and on the donkeys, on the camels, the cattle, and on the sheep, a very grievous pestilence. And Yahuwah shall separate between the livestock of Yisrael and the livestock of Mizraim, and let no matter die of all that belongs to the children of Yisrael." And Yahuwah set an appointed time, saying, "Tomorrow Yahuwah is going to do this word in the land." And Yahuwah did this word on the next day, and all the livestock of Mizraim died, but the livestock of the children of Yisrael, not one died. Then Pharaoh sent, and see, not even one of the livestock of Yisrael was dead. But the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And Yahuwah said to Moshe and Aaron, "Fill your hands with ashes from a furnace, and let Moshe scatter it towards the Shemaim, before the eyes of Pharaoh. And it shall become fine dust in all the land of Mizraim, and it shall cause boils that break out in sores on man and beast in all the land of Mizraim." So they took ashes from the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moshe scattered them towards the Shemaim. And they caused boils breaking out in sores on man and beast. And the magicians were unable to stand before Moshe because of the boils, for the boils were on the magicians and all the Mizraimites. But Yahuwah strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, as Yahuwah had said to Moshe. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Rise early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say to him, Thus said Yahuwah, Eluah of the Hebrews, let my people go, so that they may serve me. For at this time I am sending all my plagues unto your heart, and on to your servants, and on your people, so that you know that there is no one like me in all the earth. Now if I had stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with pestilence, then you would have been cut off from the earth. And for this reason I have raised you up, in order to show you my power, and in order to declare my name in all the earth. You still exalt yourself against my people, in that you do not let them go. See, tomorrow about this time I am causing very heavy hail to rain down, such as not been seen in Mizraim from the day of its founding until now. And now bring your livestock to safety, and all that you have in the field, for the hail shall come down on every man and every beast which is found in the field and is not brought home, and they shall die. Those among the servants of Pharaoh who feared the word of Yahuwah made their servants and livestock flee to the houses. But those who did not set their heart on the word of Yahuwah left their servants and livestock in the field. Then Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Stretch out your hand toward the Shemaim, and let there be hail in all the land of Mizraim, on man and on beast, in every plant of the field, throughout the land of Mizraim." Then Moshe stretched out his hand toward the Shemaim, and Yahuwah sent thunder and hail, and fire came down on the earth. And Yahuwah rained hail on the land of Mizraim. Thus there came to be hail and fire flashing continually in the midst of the hail, very heavy, such as had not been in all the land of Mizraim since it became a nation. And the hail struck in all the land of Mishraim, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail struck every plant of the field and broke every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Yisrael were, there was no hail. Pharaoh then sent and called for Moshe and Aaron, and said to them, I have sinned this time. Yahu'ah is righteous, and my people and I are wrong. Pray to Yahu'ah, for there has been enough of the thunder and hail of Yahu'ah. And I'm letting you go, so that you stay no longer. And Moshe said to him, As soon as I go out of the city, let me spread out my hands to Yahu'ah. Let the thunder cease and the hail be no more, so that you know the earth belongs to Yahu'ah. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear before Yahu'ah Eluah. And the flax and the barley were struck, and the barley was in the head, and the flax was in bud. But the wheat and the spelt were not struck, for they were late crops. And Moshe went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread out his hands to Yahu'ah. And the thunder and the hail ceased, and the rain was not poured on the earth. And Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunder had ceased. Yet he sinned again and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was strengthened, and he did not let the children of Israel go, as Yahuwah had said to Moshe. Chapter 10. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, Go into Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his servants, so that I show these signs of mine before him, and that you relate in the hearing of your son and your sons, so what I have done in Mishraim, and my signs which I have done among them, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. And Moshe and Aaron came into Pharaoh and said to him, Thus said Yahuwah, Eluah of the Hebrews, Till when shall you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so that they serve me. Or else, if you refuse to let my people go, see, tomorrow I am bringing locusts within your borders, and they shall cover the surface of the land, so that no one is able to see the land. And they shall eat the rest of what has escaped, which remains to you from the hail, and they shall eat every tree which grows up for you out of the field. And they shall fill your houses and the houses of all your servants and the houses of the Mishrites, which neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen, since the day they were on the earth to this day. Then he turned and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said to him, Till when would this come? Till when would this one be a snare to us? Let the men go, so that they serve Yahuwah their Eluah. Do you not yet know that Mishraim is destroyed? And Moshe and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go serve Yahuwah your Eluah, who are the ones that are going. And Moshe said, We are going with our young and our old, with our sons and our daughters, with our flocks and our herds. We are going, for we have a festival to Yahuwah. And he said to them, Let Yahuwah be with you as I let you and your little ones go. Watch, for evil is before your face. Not so. You men go now and serve Yahuwah, for that is what you desired. And they were driven out from the presence of Pharaoh. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand over the land of Mishraim, for the locusts to come upon the land of Mishraim, and eat every plant of the land, all that the hail has left. And Moshe stretched out his rod over the land of Mishraim, and Yahuwah brought an east wind on the land all that day and all that night. Morning came, and the east winds brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Mishraim, and settled within all the borders of Mishraim, very grievous. There had never been locusts like them before, nor would there again be like them. And they covered the surface of all the land, so that the land was darkened, and they ate every plant of the land and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And no greenness was left on the trees or on the plants of the field, in all the land of Mishraim. Pharaoh then called for Moshe and Aaron in haste, and said, I have sinned against Yahu'ah your Elohah and against you. And now please forgive my sin only this once, and pray to Yahu'ah your Elohah, that he would only turn away this death from me. And he went out from Pharaoh and prayed to Yahu'ah. And Yahu'ah turned a very strong west wind, which took the locust away and blew them into the sea of reeds. Not one locust was left within all the border of Mishraim. However, Yahu'ah strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not let the children of Israel go. And Yahu'ah said to Moshe, stretch out your hand toward the Shemaim, and let there be darkness over the land of Mishraim, even a darkness which is felt. And Moshe stretched out his hand toward the Shemaims, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Mishraim for 3 days. They did not see one another, nor did anyone rise from his place for 3 days, while all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called to Moshe and said, go serve Yahu'ah, only leave your flocks and your herds behind. Let your little ones go with you too. But Moshe said, you yourself are to provide us with slaughterings and ascending offerings to prepare for Yahu'ah our Elohah. And our livestock are to go with us too. Not a hoof is to be left behind, for we have to take some of them to serve Yahu'ah our Elohah. And we ourselves do not know with what we are to serve Yahu'ah until we come there. However, Yahu'ah strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said to him, get away from me. Watch yourself and see my face no more, for in the day you see my face, you die. And Moshe said, you have spoken rightly. Never again do I see your face. Exodus 11. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, I am bringing yet one more plague on Pharaoh and on Mishraim. After that, he is going to let you go from here. When he lets you go, he shall drive you out from here altogether. Speak now in the hearing of the people, and let every man ask from his neighbor, and every woman from her neighbor, objects of silver and gold. And Yahuwah gave the people favor in the eyes of the Mishrites. And the man Moshe was very great in the land of Mishraim, in the eyes of Pharaoh's servants, and in the eyes of the people. And Moshe said, thus said Yahuwah, about midnight I am going out into the midst of Mishraim, and all the firstborn in the land of Mishraim shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn of the female servant who is behind the handmill, and all the firstborn of the cattle. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Mishraim, such as never been or ever shall be again. But against any of the children of Yisrael, no dog shall move its tongue against man or against beast, so that you know that Yahuwah makes distinction between Mishraim and Yisrael. And all these servants of yours shall come down to me and bow down to me, saying, get out, you and all the people at your feet. And after that I shall go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in great displeasure. But Yahuwah said to Moshe, Pharaoh is not going to listen to you, in order to multiply my wonders in the land of Mishraim. And Moshe and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. However, Yahuwah strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron in the land of Mishrim, saying, This new month is the beginning of new months for you. It is the first new month of the year for you. Speak to all the congregation of Yashar, saying, On the 10th day of this new month, each one of them is to take for himself a lamb according to the house of his father, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too small for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of the beings, according to each man's need. You make your count for the lamb. Let the lamb be a perfect lamb, 1 year old, male. Take it from the sheep or from the goats. And you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same new month. Then all the assembly of the congregation of Yisrael shall slay it between the evenings, and they shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts, and on the lintel of the houses where they eat it. And they shall eat the flesh on that night, roasted in fire, with unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Do not eat it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roasted in fire, its head with its legs and its inward parts. And do not leave of it until morning, and what remains of it until morning you are to burn with fire. And this is how you eat it: your loins girded, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Passah of Yahu'ah. And I shall pass through the land of Mishrim on that night, and shall strike all the firstborn in the land of Mishrim, both man and beast. And all the mighty ones of Mishrim I shall execute judgment. I am Yahuwah. And the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I shall pass over you, and let the plague not come on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Mishrim. And this day shall become to you a remembrance, and you shall celebrate it as a festival to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Celebrate it as a festival, an everlasting law. In 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you cause leaven to cease from your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that being shall be cut off from Yashrael. And on the first day is a set-apart gathering, and on the 7th day you have a set-apart gathering. No work at all is done on them, only that which is eaten by every being, that alone is prepared by you. And you shall guard the festival of Matzvat. For on this same day I brought your divisions out of the land of Mishrim. And you shall guard this day throughout your generations as an everlasting law. In the first month of the 14th day of the new month, in the evening you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the new month in the evening. And for 7 days no leaven is to be found in your houses. For if anyone eats what is leavened, that same being shall be cut off from the congregation of Yashrael, whether sojourner or native of the land. Do not eat that which is leavened in all your dwellings. You are to eat unleavened bread. And Moshe called for all the elders of Yashrael and said to them, Go out and make lambs for yourselves according to your clans, and slay the Passah. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until morning. And Yahuwah shall pass on to smite the Mishrites, and shall see the blood on the lintel and on the 2 doorposts. And Yahu'ah shall pass over the door and not allow the destroyer to come into your house to smite you. And you shall guard this word as a law for you and your sons forever. And it shall be when you come to the land which Yahu'ah gives you, as he promised, that you shall guard this service. And it shall be when your children say to you, what does this service mean to you? Then you shall say, it is the Passah slaughtering of Yahu'ah, who passed over the houses of the children of Yashrael in Mizraim, when he smote the Misthites and delivered our households. And the people bowed their heads and did obeisance. And the children of Yashrael went away and did so, as Yahu'ah had commanded Moshe and Aaron, so they did. And it came to be at midnight that Yahu'ah struck all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on his throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of livestock. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Misthites, and there was a great cry in Mizraim, for there was not a house where there was not a dead one. Then he called for Moshe and Aaron by night and said, arise, go out from the midst of my people, both you and the children of Yashrael, and go serve Yahu'ah as you have said. Take both your flocks and your herds, as you have said, and go, then you shall bless me too. And the Misthites were strong on the people to hasten to send them away out of the land, for they said, we are all dying. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, having their kneading bowls bound up in their garments on their shoulders. And the children of Yashrael had done according to the word of Moshe, and they had asked from the Misthites objects of silver and objects of gold and garments. And Yahu'ah gave the people favor in the eyes of the Misthites, so that they gave them what they asked. And they plundered the Misthites. And the children of Yashrael set out from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides the little ones. And a mixed multitude went up with them too, as flocks and herds, very much livestock. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they had brought out of Mizraim, for it was not leavened, since they were driven out of Mizraim, and had not been able to delay, nor had they prepared food for themselves. And the sojourn of the children of Yashrael who lived in Mizraim was 430 years. And it came to be at the end of the 430 years, on that same day, it came to be that all the divisions of Yahu'ah went out from the land of Mizraim. It is a night of watches unto Yahu'ah for bringing them out of the land of Mizraim. This is that night of watches unto Yahu'ah for all the children of Yashrael throughout their generations. And Yahu'ah said to Moshe and Aaron, this is the law of the Passah. No son or a stranger is to eat of it. But any servant of a man who a man has bought for silver, when you have circumcised him, then let him eat of it. A sojourner and a hired servant does not eat of it. It is eaten in one house. You are not to take any of the flesh outside the house, nor are you to break any bone of it. All the congregation of Yashrael are to perform it. And when a stranger sojourns with you and shall perform the Passah to Yahu'ah, let all his males be circumcised, and let him come near and perform it, and he shall be as a native of the land. But let no uncircumcised eat of it. There is one Torah for the native born, and for the stranger who sojourns among you. And all the children of Yashrael did as Yahu'ah commanded Moshe and Aaron, so they did. And it came to be on that same day that Yahu'ah brought the children of Yashrael out of the land of Mizraim according to their divisions.